All right, so we're live at Masterworks, getting ready to show our viewers how to do a full set of nails using two Masterforms. So we'll get this flipped around for you. Right now you just get to see the outside of my phone. Here, just a moment. And hello everybody! Hi Danielle, Anna, Penny. Oh my goodness, everybody. Okay, let's flip this around. Okay, so I'm at the salon with my friend Heidi, and we're going to be doing a full set of nails. And what I wanted to show people was how you can do a full set of nails using two Masterforms. And the reason you can do that with our forms is because of the type of adhesive we have. Oh, good. With the type of adhesive we have on the bottom that allows you to take it off of one finger and put it on the next finger. Also, the laminate that we have on the top of our forms allows you to, allows you to, the gel to release from the form very easily, again, also allowing you to do that. So if you're talking about cost of form, and I'm always looking for ways to bring down the price of product for my services, with a 300 count roll of our Masterforms, you can get 150 full sets with it. And even if I do have a nail repair and I need to use it for that, I still will use one form to do several nails. So I'm not using one for each person. Oh, by the way, if you want to share this broadcast, iOS, Android users swipe left or up, and if you tap the screen, it'll give me hearts. It'll kind of let me know I'm on the right direction. It'll also help in visibility with this broadcast to other people. So thank you very much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started with Heidi. She is going to have a full set of nails. We're only going to sculpt them a little bit longer than what she wants. She wants a more active length. So I'm going to be using our warm opaque, Master Gel Warm Opaque. We build, fill, seal, we do everything with our Master Gels with a low to no heat. So I can move really quickly, and it's very comfortable for the customer. And I'm also going to show you how to do relief cuts in, it's freezing. Oh, I don't know why it's freezing, but I'm going to give the phone over to Kelly so that she can focus on the nail so you can see what it is that I'm doing. So I'm going to turn this phone around. All right. And basically what I'm going to do is I always start by taking one form off. I open it up, and our forms are wide enough so that you can close them down before you even put them on the nail. So I'm going to start with your thumb, Heidi. And I always start with the thumb, and it'll make sense in just a moment why I start with the thumbs. I get the form fit underneath, and I always angle, thumb down a little bit, angle the form up just a little bit. This will always result in it'll result in a much stronger nail. If your form is straight or angled down, you always have a weaker nail because you file into your stress area. Now I'm going to give it a relief cut, and I cut it off right at the lateral structure on both sides of the nail. And the reason I do this is because I cut it once for the thumb, and then when I move it to the index finger, the index, middle, and ring fingers are pretty much the same shape. Now I can pinch a better shape into it. I'm going to use a little bit of our Master Gel, and you'll see I don't apply it perfectly and really pretty. It doesn't need to be applied aesthetically pleasing. Just make sure it's on a little bit longer and a little bit wider than your end result. I'm going to have her put this whole hand in the light, and don't press down on the forms. And you do want to let your clients know not to press down on the forms. I'm going to take my second form, I close it up, because this way I can tell right away if the form is off to one side or the other by being able to close it down before I apply it. I also don't do any filing to the length or shape of her natural nail because an enhancement is always stronger, or an extension is always stronger over their natural nail. So I don't like cutting off natural nails. Now this relief cut should be at least 1/4 of an inch long. If you pick up more gel than what you actually need to do the extension, you can actually move faster and not have the air bubbles. And then it's very easy to lift off any extra product. Just going to pull it out a little bit. Now I'm going to have her switch hands. Now I use the back end of my brush that's beveled to release it from the form. You pull the tabs back. You don't want to pull off because where you made those relief cuts, it'll tear the form. You just release it from the sides, bend it down, and now you can put it on her index finger. Now, the reason I started off with the thumb and not the little finger is because I wouldn't be able to make new cuts in the form as needed. So now I'm going to make new relief cuts. And I only do this at the index finger, and then I'll do it one more time for the little finger. Whoops, that came out a little bit, but I know where that is. Okay, I'm going to put that back on underneath her nail. And sometimes if they have an odd shaped nail, and I've got a couple of them that I'm going to have to do this with, if I don't want the form, let's say the form moves when you let go and you want it to stay up tight underneath the natural nail, if that's the case,
Nina Love says that's dope.
put the light over the top of the nail while you're hanging onto it. Give it about 10 seconds. It'll freeze in place, and now you can just put the whole hand in. And again, don't press down on the form. So I'm going to do the same thing. Back of the form, release the back tabs, pull straight down. It'll come off. I'm going to point up Heidi's elbow out for her fingers. I'm going to refit this form back on her. Make my relief cuts. And again, reapply. And it's we have these forms made about an hour away from where I live, so we're able to keep a close eye on manufacturing and production, and that was one of the reasons our forms are so different. Switch. Our forms also, as you'll notice, they do have the fine lines in them that you can follow if you are struggling with consistency in length.
Can you do that with all your forms, or all forms, or only with your
Well,
form?
certain forms don't stick as well. So if they don't stick as well, you're going to lose the adhesive on the back side before you're able to finish. And there are worse things than that, but
She says it just looks easier with yours.
yeah, and it is extremely easy to do with mine. Here's another one. Her nail is a little bit flatter than the form, so I think I'm going to lift the light up to this nail as well. Trying to get a couple little bubbles in there. They're not a big deal, but I'm just going to give it this 10 seconds. And it's probably not even 10 seconds because our master gel really does set within a second of you putting it in the light. It'll be set over the top. So it does cure quite quickly. All right. Under her middle one.
Cindy says, love watching you work, Gel Master.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, and this is the part where I think a lot of techs waste a lot of time. They're really trying to make it really perfect and get the length just right and the lateral structure just right. Gels file like butter. You don't have to waste your time. As long as you get it on longer and wider. You sculpt them out longer and wider.
Amy, where did you get your holographic powder?
The holographic powder we will be carrying. We have our own that we are going to be selling shortly, so keep your eye open for that. I know, and ring fingers sometimes are tricky too. This one, I know this form is, for some reason, the fingers on this hand are a different type of a shape, and the form wants, I can tell I'm having to really hold that form up underneath her nail to keep it there.
Mina says doing it that way, how long would a full set take?
I can do this, I'll be doing this full set in 45 minutes because I'm going to overlay her nails and just do an opaque. I'm going to use the same product I just extended the nails with. I'm going to overlay her nails with the same product and file and use the whatever color it is that she likes, the color of her choice. And I always file at the very end, the length of the nail at the very end. Yeah, so by not messing around with the length and that, you definitely do save some time. Not this coming, next week I'm going to be at the Northwest Nail Tech Retreat in Washington State. It's Vashon Island. It's an awesome networking weekend. For those that are in that area, I don't know if they've sold out yet, but if they haven't, oh my gosh, sign up. It'll be the best education you've ever gotten. Now this one isn't real wide, so I don't have to cut another relief cut in this one. And it's fitting really nice without me having to push the form up at all. So I'm just going to I'm going to get the product on.
Nails by Anna said it's a great tip to hold the light.
Yeah, anytime you've got a, or if it's a overlay on a long nail and it's on the thumb and you don't want the product running to the side, it's a great way to keep the product from running. Okay, now this little finger the form is quite a bit wider than her finger, so I am going to have to give this a new relief cut. Thanks, your hand. There you go.
Side view.
All right. Okay, down with your finger, Heidi. There, that's all right.
Oh, side view with the form on.
With the form on. There we go. The form is on. I'm just going to make that relief cut on both sides. And this is the last one.
Amy, have you tested using those little flashlight LED lights?
You know, I always steer clear of LEDs with hard gels because hard gels cure the best, no matter what product it is. It cures the best in a UV. So you could do that with
side view.
Side view? All right, and you can see it kind of goes up a little, and the reason it comes up a little is because when I go to overlay it, I'll just show you one overlay before we before I move on.
What is the purpose of relief cuts?
The relief cut, when you put a form on, the skin at the side causes the form to stretch flat underneath the nail. So when you give it a relief cut on either side, then the skin can push that form straight up the way it wants to, but the form that's underneath the nail then it releases to make a nice C-curve. Then it fits really nicely up underneath that nail, under most nails, I should say. Every once in a while you'll still have challenges, but for the most part, as soon as you cut that away, anytime because you don't want to see a gap when you're looking at the form fit right here. If you see a gap between your form and the natural nail, once you give it a relief cut, a lot of times that form then just boop, falls right into place, snug up against the natural nail. That's why we give the relief cut. Some people measure them, take it off, cut it. I just cut it while it's on because it does save time.
Someone said, can you make us a UV flashlight?
A UV flashlight. I don't plan on getting into UVs. Oh, UV flashlight. Yes, UV flashlight. Well,
that doesn't exist, does it?
I don't believe that exists. Not that it doesn't have to exist, but I just find that the light works. Why would you want a, yeah, now when I do an overlay, put it in the light. We'll remove this last form. And I'm going to go back and forth with applying an overlay like this. Now, when you take a look at her nail from the side arch,
View of the nails with the extensions before the overlay.
you got it. Right here. Longer and wider, because I'm going to file them down probably to about here. So I'm going to take off at least a 1/4 inch off of this, and you can see they're too wide because I always file in on the sides, because when they're done, I never want them, they should never be wider at the free edge here than they are right here at the nail bed. And you can see she's got a wider nail right here. So it's even more important with her to keep them straight or even slightly tapered in.
So when I slammed in the car door.
A couple of
she's
people
like-
were
yeah.
mentioning the flashlight. Some people have to have the light under the desk.
Oh,
And then another person said
gotcha.
if they're setting, I forgot what it was, the stone.
Oh, interesting. Stones stay great in Master Gel. Suki's been doing it. So did the Crystal Pixies. They last really nicely in Master Gel without any type of glue or extra work. I tend to add just a little bit, kind of like a prong. Okay, in the light.
Oh yeah, people should check out Suki's Instagram. He's been doing a lot of stuff with chrome and gems.
Yes, Suki
Nails by Suki is his
Yep.
Instagram.
Yep, he sure has. So he's a wealth of information as
Oh,
well.
someone says keep losing sound.
Keep losing sound. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
It might be because my phone is getting too hot. Once it gets too hot, it just cuts right out. So I might lose you guys. All right. Switch. So this is really how fast I do overlays in the salon. I wasn't planning on showing you guys overlays, but
So when do you want to stop? Because it is getting hot.
okay, so it's getting hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause here for a moment. Switch hands. Okay, let's flip it around. Okay, so that's it. If you have any other questions about the broadcast, thanks, Anita. If you have other questions about this broadcast or about using the two forms, please just message us. If you have other things that you would like for me to, yes, finger over speaker, I think. Oh.
I'm holding it on the side.
Okay, we're holding it on the side over mic. Yeah, gotcha. All right, so if there's anything else that you want us to Periscope that you actually want to see, please just message us and let us know. And definitely follow us. Keep up with us on Facebook, Instagram. We also on Twitter, but we're gonna try and keep more and more, do more and more video tutorials. And also, I won't be in Massachusetts because I'll be in Canada instead. I am so sorry. Next year I'm planning on being in Massachusetts. So, yeah, you can see some of these things on our YouTube channel at Gelmaster 1000. Go there, like us, or subscribe to our channel, and then every time we post a new video on our YouTube channel, you'll automatically get a notification for it. So I'll be in Saskatoon in Saskatchewan in 2 weeks. Do you charge the same for overlay or set? Would you consider this a new set? I would normally I would consider a new set, and my full set prices are $140. My fill prices are $70. So, and I do them both in that 45-minute time slot. So, yes, if you're only an hour away from Saskatoon, please get there. Go to nailmasterscanada.com and sign up for the event. I am actually teaching a speed class while I am there. So, and some of these techniques will be in there, but there will be a lot more speed techniques as well, so that you get proper structure as well as speed. So that's it. I've got to stay on time with my clients today, so I'm going to have to sign off. But thank you guys for signing on. Be sure to share this broadcast. Swipe up, swipe left, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye. Thanks. Okay.
Is that an